Welcome back to Lady Justice, where the truth is always on trial. Today's docket: a man behind bars still making headlines. Yes, Stephan Sterns, writing letters to his parents, asking for money, buying root beer barrels. A lot of the same. Except he has a secret admirer from the UK. Only he deletes the email. He doesn't respond. I don't think he wants friends. In this video, I'm going to read to you all of the letters, unedited, raw, from the court. So at one point, Chris Stearns, Stephan's dad, insinuates that that child that was picked up in the video at the church was really Jen, dressed up in Maddie's clothes to throw people off. So bizarre and so weird. It's not okay. I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like this video, make sure to share it with your friends so they may also watch the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn that notification bell on so that you get notified when there's any new content. Also, next month, Stephan Sterns' trial is starting for the CSAM case. I'm not quite sure if it's going to be televised yet. If it is, I will be covering it.
Hey, I just got the tablet and we'll have it until 4:45 p.m. I received some books today: The Lost World, Ready Player One, The Lord of the Rings trilogy, and The Origami. Thank you very much for sending those, and please include Jurassic Park among the next batch you send, since it comes before The Lost World, and I would like to read them in order. I received my commissary order yesterday. I had edited it to reduce the amount of coffees and get a bag of root beer barrels with it. I saw that you hadn't been able to add any more funds, so I kept it small. The account is likely around -$3 today. I'm currently rereading The Hobbit for a proper lead up to The Lord of the Rings, and I can't wait to get the Silmarillion as well. It takes place before The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. How are things at the Poodle Palace? How are the puppies? And how are you and Mom doing? Anything new or exciting? Things are basically the same here: 4 walls and a metal rack. I've been busy making different origami patterns from the easy book and looking forward to breaking into this new book, which has some very interesting designs.
Well, crap. Sorry about adding funds. I just added $50. Also, I was out on appointment, so I guess I missed your window. Puppies are fine. They're sort of walking nosier, and eyes are beginning to open. It won't be too long where they will assemble a choir and singing begins. Joy. I've been busy acclimating to the new company. Everything remains the same except displaying a different banner. The CRM is the same, but back-end systems are totally different. There are no brick-and-mortar buildings. It is all virtual, which is cool. Mom helped me design my avatar. The virtual world is deep in resources, expert care, and everything in between. They also use Workspace, which is Facebook for businesses. Lots of groups with tons of camaraderie among the ranks. Everyone is so helpful. While things are slow, I'm using the time to immerse myself in the CRM platform, since it is where 100% of the marketing is initiated, managed, and maintained. Everything is handled through the system, most of it automated. You live in the system throughout the day, beginning first thing in the morning and before you go to bed. I have several marketing campaigns scheduled to start next week and want to be prepared to manage leads effectively. I'll be using ISAs, which is an inside sales associate, to manage inbound leads. They call the lead, then transfer the warm qualified lead off to me live, with the volume of leads that are projected and me out in the field. I won't have time to manage inbound leads that require immediate phone contact within minutes when received. This will be a first for me to turn this part of the process over. I have to trust the process. I informed Mom about Jurassic Park. Mark sent me a photo of his son who was in the hospital recovering from surgery due to a work accident. He works construction, carpentry, trim work. and was on a scaffold that collapsed, falling 18 feet, landing on his feet and crushing both ankles. He will be laid up for about 12 weeks, then therapy afterward. Needless to say, he is in a lot of pain. Love and hugs. Catch up soon.
Hey, I just got the tablet back. It's only a half battery, so it will die sooner, I'm sure. I received the Howling Trilogy book today. That will be interesting, and I am near the end of the book of Lord of Rings. Congo is still MIA, and I got notice a few days ago of a package that was returning to sender because it apparently contained a cell phone holder of some kind. I wonder if Congo might have also been in that package too. I also got notified from the DBPR saying that I'm essentially going to lose my license for dishonest dealing, having to do with the charges against me. I guess they don't care to differentiate between charges and convictions. As of now, the license is on involuntary suspension, I think. I don't remember the letter too well. I met with another attorney today. I guess I will be meeting more as time goes on, but we talked a bit and I left feeling a bit more hopeful, so that's something. And I can only pray that my hope is well placed. Hang in there for me. We might get through this still. None of the inmates got their commissary deliveries this past Friday. I'm not even sure if the orders were charged or not, since I haven't had a chance to check. I ordered a buttload of coffees and a couple packs of root beer candy, so I'm hoping it gets delivered tomorrow instead, but we'll see. I may have to make another order if not, so fingers crossed that it was only a delay. I was offered rec time today, meaning time outside in the yard, but I had been up all night and was too tired to go, so hopefully they ask again soon so I can finally feel the sun and wind on my skin and breathe fresh air for the first time in over 4 months. That's exciting news about the new company. I'm glad to hear things are picking up for you. You must be knee-deep in noisy, happy puppies by now, and I'm wishing I was there. I love you both. Hugs and kisses. Right back soon.
Yeah, no, sorry, Stefan, but when you're accused of raping a child and murdering her, disposing of her body, us citizens don't want you out there selling property. You're in prison, your license should be revoked. But let's go ahead and take a look at that complaint and your attorney's response to that complaint, shall we?
Dear Mr. Sterns, this letter is to serve as official notice to you in accordance with Section 4E55-2251, Florida statutes, that a complaint has been filed against you and that an investigation has been initiated regarding the allegations made in the attached complaint. Please note that confidential complaint information, to include examination information, social security numbers, and bank account numbers, if any, have been redacted from this copy as they are exempt from public records disclosure. Settlement agreement to voluntarily relinquish license for permanent revocation. Respondent Stephan Michael Sterns license, number SL3278024, voluntarily relinquishes respondent's license to practice the profession of real estate in the state of Florida for permanent revocation.
Yo, Stephan, good to hear from you. Why are there such long breaks between hearing from you? I'll report to Mom your deliveries and chase down Congo. Do you get mail? How did you learn about DBPR? Have the attorneys given you the POA to sign? Puppies are 3 weeks old, up and walking, and have mock battles with lots of girls. Are you able to have visitors yet? Any news about the trial? The pre-trial meeting is Wednesday. What are you hearing? Love, hugs, and kisses from both of us.
Hey, yes, I can get mail. That was how I learned of DBPR. Pre-trial is still Wednesday, but I won't go to it myself, just my attorneys. Presumably, I can have visitors. I no longer have any restrictions that I'm aware of, just on protective custody. I think visits may be done through video screen though. I don't know if they do face-to-face, but I can find out. Sorry for the gaps in communication. Basically, I'm at the mercy of availability of devices and the whims of the guards. Some are more willing to accommodate or do any extra work that than others, and it doesn't do well to nag or pester them over it. I wish I could hear the gurrs and the little barks. That would make my day. How are you and Mom holding up?
From Mom. Just missed the last message I sent. Well, that answers the question of where my cell phone stands because I didn't get it. Good old Amazon wanting to box stuff together. Apparently they didn't get that. The address on the holder was different. It was Congo was shipped, so I'm guessing that is what happened. I will resend it. I hope this new attorney is a little more willing to listen and help. We do stand with you as our son. That won't change regardless. We still haven't heard anything about the POA or anything. They didn't say if they finally got the information from Sarasota Memorial. Stuff is very one way with them. If it is for them, it is urgent. If it is something for us, meh. Money is tight, but we are muddling through. Borrowing where we can until September. Hopefully things will turn the corner by then and puppies will have been picked up and paid for. So fingers crossed for all the good things for us all. Your dad can't seem to stop losing weight. He's smaller than he was in high school. I have 25 pounds to go to Wonderland. I have lost 55 pounds and all numbers health-wise are fabulous. I'm cutting back on insulin. I look forward to the day I don't need it anymore. Ask the people who know because I don't know if they let us send pictures of the puppies. Ask and see. They are adorable. Mock, fighting today and walking like drunk sailors, but by next week they will be running and eating something other than mama's milk. Then the next week the big reveal. The first bath and shave. It always feels like Christmas and I am unwrapping gorgeous packages. Not like it is porn or anything, just puppies. We'll be starting the puppy culture startle reflex training with them tomorrow. All of the good stuff, LOL. A big hug and kiss, be strong, don't worry about DBPR. You never wanted to be with them anyway, so not a big deal. Can you swap books with the other inmates temporarily to get some diversity in reading? Probably not. I don't think they like you guys fraternizing much. Exercise, use deep breath techniques, center yourself. This is a longer road than we thought it would be. Know that I pray for you every night and think of you every day, several times. It is so surreal that you are not here. You have mail forwarded to you at jail. Why not send it to the house? Any indication of the trial is being pushed off. How's your commissary balance? Let me know about physical visitations. I may try to pop over. From Mom again.
How did DBPR know where you are? Wow, they make the CIA and FBI look weak. LOL. I have a great video of them mock fighting. Took it this morning. I think there is a fee for a video or maybe even pictures. Check for us. If it is allowed, we will send it right away. I got Congo sent out and I think Moby Dick. Could be Jaws in any case. Congo is on its third try to get to you. Maybe it will be the charm. Lynn, John, and Kazi are coming to visit soon for a long weekend and see the pups. Then Gina and her hubby to be here to come visit their pup, Bo, the only white boy. I just got my notary again because they have asked me to marry them. Only my second wedding. Getting this back to you now. Love ya.
I can receive photos as long as they are no larger than 4 by 6. I will try to find out more about how visits work. If my last order from commissary was charged, aside from not being delivered, then I should be quite low in balance now, so add whatever you can. And I will see tomorrow if my missing order will be delivered. I went heavy on the coffee because I was tired of running out so quickly. Only ordered 2 packs of root beer candy and sunk the rest into 40+ coffees. But I still need some saltines and whatnot for those times when my stomach growls at night, which is every night. I hope my last order went through. But if not, then I will take whatever money is left and whatever you add to it and try to spread it around as evenly as I can to merit my needs and still go as heavy as I can on coffee. The coffee keeps me happiest and is comforting in a way, so I like to get large supplies of it when I can, and try to limit myself to 2 per day. Though some days I indulge a bit more, especially when I feel particularly low in spirit. But I still need things to munch on between meals, too. So it's always a balancing act. The coffees are 85 cents each, and I try to get them in multiples of 5 and 10 when possible. This last order that went undelivered should have contained 40 coffees because I got the 2 candies and then put the coffee quantity to the maximum that budget would allow. I really hope it shows up tomorrow, or I will have to make a new order and the daily fee will have chipped away at the balance quite a bit, so please do add more if possible. Yeah, the DBPR is a state agency, so I guess they have the inside scoop on this stuff. No word on the POA, but you are correct in the assessment that anything from my attorneys is quite urgent. You have to remember that these are the people tasked with keeping me alive, and if at all possible, restoring my freedom. So it is best to treat that with the sort of importance. And besides, they're defense attorneys and not civil attorneys, so they don't do anything that falls outside their scope, and I'm not the only case they have. They deal with huge caseloads and are always busy. They do have my interest in mind, but those duties and interests begin and end inside the courtroom defending me, and that's just the way it is. So try not to get too put out by it. I have a large team working on my case, and they are among the best and the fiercest that the Public Defender's Office has to offer, and you don't get to that level in the PD unless you're good at what you do. Enjoy it, and have vast experience with it, especially with a case this big. They don't just give it to some greenhorn fresh from passing the bar like they would with a smaller case. Keep working with the social workers. They are more or less your go-to between the interface with the attorneys, and try to be patient. This truly is a longer road than we imagined, and we may only be coming close to the quarter of the way through it. So hang in there, both of you. If by the grace of God I do find my way out of this mess, I want you both in good health so I can see and sit down to a long overdue family meal together. Tell Dad not to lose too much weight, or he will slip through the cracks in the floor and be lost forever, and I want you both around for some years to come. So do your best. I look forward to hearing back soon. Hugs and kisses. Love you both. Oh, and to answer the trial question, yes, it is being pushed off as much as can be. They are trying to decide which one should go first. There was a tentative estimate of 2026 for whichever went second, if I recall. Hang in there for me, please. We will figure this out as we go along further. I love you both.
From Mom. Are we talking regular mail picture or on the tablet? We will try our best to be here for you as long as God allows. Sent $50, 2026. Okay. I'm trying not to lose any more weight. I lost weight and about 167 pounds from losing 70 pounds. I wanted 175. I keep trying to put a couple pounds back on, but I don't have much of an appetite. It's an interesting battle. Let me know about the visits. I'll try to get in to see you.
Hey, Congo arrived and Jurassic Park arrived. Also, do either of you know Elisa Houston from Larkhall OT? I received a contact connection request from this person and want to see if it's anyone we know. I don't think I know them, and I'm going to ignore it if you don't know them either.
Hey, Stephan, good to hear the books arrived. No, we don't know her. Ignore the request. By the way, we heard on the local news your trial has been pushed off till October. The report went on to say the state's attorney's office released all our email communications, but the redactions, probably Maddie and Jen. The interesting report was the comment about the second vehicle visiting the site in St. Cloud taking the same route as the Lincoln, a white Nissan. I assume this was Jen's car. The same car parked at the hotel where I left you at 2:20 a.m., I thought. That means that car left shortly after the check-in. The car left Kissimmee at 3:18 a.m. Wednesday morning, stayed in St. Cloud area 30 minutes, and then returned to Kissimmee at 3:48 a.m. Care to comment? What I don't understand is how Jen is avoiding all of this. Jen is clearly involved. Why are the police not pursuing this? A blind person can see this. There will be a lot of people trying to get you to accept them on the text app. All they want is to try to get into your head and get you to give them an exclusive tidbit that they can profit by on YouTube or whatever these pathetic wannabe investigators are using for their platforms. The state just encourages them by giving them access to the tablet, conversations, and phone calls. Nothing is private, and they are all idiots who think they are the best at getting at people. What I do know is that Jen and the rest of the crew are also into this up to their hairlines. The whole cackling crowd of them, they're willing to throw you to the wolves to keep their reputation intact. Jen sits in a psych ward of some hospital pretending to be nuts while she has clean sheets, a private bathroom, a TV, visitors, decent food, and where are you? You did not kill Madeline. I think it was an accident. But Jen did. You found her body, and you were coerced into moving it. Then the whole charade about the abduction. I know Jen, wearing Maddie's clothes, was the one in the church picture. I know them both too well not to recognize the differences. Start taking positive steps to help yourself. You don't owe them your life, Stephan. You don't deserve that kind of blind loyalty. Love, understanding, prayers are commonplace in the storm.
Hey, I can't comment on any specific details regarding the case, of course, so I have to remain somewhat tight-lipped in that regard. I know you have questions, and I do want to answer them. I feel you deserve the answers, but it's just not a good idea until the trial process is further along, and my lawyers would be upset with me because those statements would be admissible and could be potentially spun in a way that hurts me. And I know you don't want that any more than I do. Do you mean the state attorney is releasing the text messages from this app? How are things at home right now? How is work? How are the puppies?
Yes, the state's attorney's office released them. I know you cannot comment. The point is, Jen is the person who is responsible for Maddie's death. She was certainly present when the body was removed. She's the person who dressed like Maddie at the church. How can she be allowed to remain free? Why hasn't Jen been arrested? Mr. State Attorney, why aren't you pursuing Jen? Here's the thing, Stephan. Your mother and I were blinded by all of this. You went to kiss me for a birthday. I wish I was aware of the TV interview everyone saw through Jen, including me after seeing it days later after your arrest. If I saw that interview, I would have called you immediately seeking the truth, not the BS you idiots conjured up. I say idiots because Jen and whoever was part of the conspiracy formed to hide Madeline's death were stupid. You and certainly Jen fooled no one. Jen is part of this, and we believe the person responsible for Maddie's death. Why does she remain free? Things remain status quo at home. Work is getting busier, lots going on, and the puppies are fat. They're 3 weeks old. How's the balance?
Hey, glad to hear the puppies are well and you're staying busy. The balance could use some topping off as well, please. What's this about the church picture and abduction? Is there new information being released? I haven't heard about this. Also, the tablet system turns off at 10 p.m., so that's my cutoff here.
A video of someone appearing to be Maddie the day she was dropped off. Abduction, that's what you thought happened to her. Okay, I'll add funds.
Ah, I see. Okay. I never saw the church picture. I think the system will cut off soon, so this may be the last I send tonight. I love you both very much. Be patient, stay sane, and keep praying that we can all get through this. I will hold on to hope that I will see you again, and that is the goal. Hugs and kisses to you both.
Okay, love you too. You're in our prayers and thoughts. I added funds.
Hey, just got the tablet. Wanted to check in and see how you both are doing. How are the puppies? Any other new updates? I got the POA and signed it. Also, I think Mom mentioned she had sent more books last time we chatted, but nothing has arrived. FYI. I also wanted to add a title to the list, Ready Player 2, the sequel to Ready Player 1. I was able to order a good amount of coffee on commissary, and they even had the butterscotch candies in stock, so I got a bunch of those and some more root beer candies. The butterscotch is very good and a nice change. I have been feeling anxious lately, and every once in a while, I will wake up from sleep and I feel a sudden panic when I realize I'm still here in this place. I'm trying to be patient. October is still a ways away, and then the real action starts and things will begin to pick up a little more speed, and we will see how the situation develops. You have a birthday coming up soon. What age will you be after this one? And for that matter, what age is Mom now? I can't believe I've managed to lose track of this stuff over the last few years, but I have. Right back as soon as you're able. Talk to you later.
Hey, Stephan. Good to hear from you. I think it's been more than a week since we last communicated. Since we last wrote, the state's attorney's office released investigative reports to the media along with all of our communications for the beginning until early July. The news channels published their own stories regarding the release of the document and commentary as well. One of the investigator reports commented about a second vehicle, a white Nissan, visiting the site where Maddie's body was discovered early Wednesday morning. They showed the time not long after I said goodbye to you, earlier, around 3:30-ish. Interesting? The puppies are doing well. They're just hitting a month old. They're very social, very affectionate, and all love the attention. I think they're just about 3 pounds now. The old man is hitting 73. Your mother is 72. Nothing special planned for my birthday. I'll actually be away for most of the day, but back in the evening if there's any events, which I don't think there will be. Thanks for the update on the books. We'll put in the order. I'll check with your mom if there's anything ordered in the transit. Yes, I am aware you had signed a POA. As I was in the lobby waiting for the document to be returned, too bad we weren't able to visit while I was there, but I did get a sense of what things were like, even from the lobby perspective. October is not that far off. We're anxious for more information. I'll add funds to the commissary account for you. TTFN. Love, Dad.
Well, I'll try to send wishes on the day, but in case I can't, happy birthday. I wish you many more. Glad to hear the puppies are doing well. I found out more about the visits. There are absolutely no in-person visits. I confirmed that it's all handled through video on the same rolling kiosk I used to order commissary. That Lisa Houston from Larkall OT tried to connect again the day after I declined her. Where is Larkall OT anyway? I declined again, but the persistence is somewhat perplexing. I'm curious what the gist of the news commentary was. Right back soon, and give my love to Mom.
I believe it's Ontario. I would avoid any outside contact as nothing good will come from it. The commentary was the same old, regurgitating the same old information to make a non-newsworthy event newsworthy. You can imagine all of them poring over the email back and forth and trying to make something out of nothing. Yet we found out the same thing, no physical visits. It's unfortunate you did not use the short time we had to tell me about the events. I'm not sure what I would have made of it now that I know it wasn't about a disappearance, but something worse. Being left in the dark may have been the best. I would rather not have known what we later learned after your arrest. None of it was pleasing and all very disturbing. As you can imagine, we have lots of questions and realize we may never have the answers. That's what's most frustrating for us. Jen remains free, although I have been told she is in ongoing communications with the state attorney's office. This surprises me as the world knows she gave false statements to the deputies and possibly responsible for more.
Well, I'm sure they are talking to her in order to get as much information about me as they can. Anything and everything that they can use or twist around to paint me in an unsavory way. And the same way the news tries to make something of nothing. The prosecutors will take any little thing and try to use it against you. So they are likely trying to get my whole history from her, any argument we've ever had, things like that, and who knows what else. You will likely have more answers when this process is further along, but for now, yes, it's better to leave many of them unanswered, as even giving you answers or details can and will be used against me in any way possible. And my attorneys have reminded me to shut up and be reminded of what we talk about, which means you guys also should not put forward your own opinions or theories or ask too many specific questions, as you may inadvertently say or ask something that could be problematic. Keep it general, no details, you know the drill. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it has to be for now. I don't like it any more than you guys do, but it is what it is. This is the process. Everything we say will be scrutinized. It's best to remember that I will continue to ask for new updates and whatnot, and that's fine, because it's already public information. But otherwise, we gotta keep it fairly light in general. How are things around the house? Did you ever look inside the mouse droid and find my watch? I'm certain it must be in there. If you haven't looked inside it yet, it would have a brown strap attached to it to hang from your shoulder, and it opens at the top because it's actually a collectible popcorn receptacle. Disney makes all sorts of different collectible popcorn holders that look like all sorts of things. You can look up what a mouse droid looks like and then find it in the boxes that are in my room. Or have you moved those already?
Hey, Stephan, I read Dad's comment, so I won't repeat stuff, except we had the first stand and snack with the pups, and it was a Kodak moment. They're getting so big and lots of kissy pups. They crave the attention. Absolutely fabulous. I'd love to have a chance to sit at the beach and watch the sun go down with you and Chris. It is always wonderful. To say I miss my son is an understatement. To say that I do not condone anything that occurred is also an understatement. I will not ever not love you. And the naysayers and wannabe YouTube investigators can think what they want, and more power to them. This is our life, not theirs. So as they say, them and the horse they rode it on. Got the book request from you. The card expired and I forgot to update my account with the new cards. The orders were canceled. I'm sorry. Please take a minute to send me a list of what you've gotten so I'll know what to add back into an order. I'm glad you got the butterscotch candies. Would be nice if you got a chance at the sour fruit ones, or if they had peppermint or coffee, even cinnamon would be good. Too bad they don't have coffee flavor, and we aren't allowed to send any except apparently at Christmas and on your birthday, maybe Easter. But you have the best people there to ask about that. It would come from Amazon or a manufacturer, so please find out. Nothing that would spoil or melt, so chocolate might be out of the question when the time comes. Did you get the origami book? And if so, how are you doing with it? People don't know the person that you are without all the bad stuff. We didn't know that side of you, so it is hard to separate the two people living in your head. We know a kind, loving, affectionate, personable man who can also be stubborn and willful. But who isn't? Certainly not anyone I know. LOL. Dad is anxious for me to finish this up so he can send it to you. And I can get the book titles and go from there to get you stocked up again. Love you, Moms.
To Mom. It's good to hear from you. I got the origami book and have been working on it. There is a list of other ones on the flap of it that looks interesting, like Dragons and Other Fantastic Creatures in Origami by John Montrell, or Favorite Animals in Origami, also by John Montrell. As for a list of books you have already sent me that I have actually received, they are as follows: The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Howling trilogy, Ready Player One, Dragon Teeth, Congo Sphere, Timeline, Eaters of the Dead, Jurassic Park, The Lost World. That's what I have so far aside from the Sudoku book, an Easy Origami and Complete Book of Origami that you also sent. I messaged Dad earlier about adding Ready Player 2 to my list since it's the sequel to Ready Player 1. And as far as Michael Critchett's book, there is also a few left that I still want, such as Andromeda Strain, Pirate Latitudes, Micro, Twister, The Great Train Robbery. I think most of those are already on the wish list I sent you, but Pirate Latitudes and Micro seem like they would be especially interesting. Do you still have a my wish list for other titles? Some of the COs apparently think I'm a bit mysterious, as I seem to spend all day just reading and keeping to myself.
Hear from you. So you're being a quiet, mysterious person. Well, not all that strange. You have always liked to read and create things artistically. Keep your mind sharp and body fit. When you do that, it helps pass the time so you don't dwell 24/7 on life as you know it. I will order a few books in the next few minutes. You have support out here and we love you, Mom and Dad. Ordered today. I won't tell you what was ordered. We'll keep it a surprise so you have something to look forward to. 5 are supposed to arrive Tuesday, one either the 29th or the 30th, another one the 30th or the 2nd, basically by the end of next week.
Thank you, and I love you too, both of you. I also wish we could watch the sunset at the beach together, and God willing, perhaps we will still have that chance. I continue to hope for that sort of thing and pray for it, and I encourage you both to do the same. Try to stay positive. I will continue hoping for a chance to be reunited with my family until such time as it either happens or there is no hope left for it to ever happen. That hope keeps me going for now. I know this process is set to take a while, and I'm not 100% certain what to expect at the moment. And while I am hopeful, I also understand that I have to temper that hope. It's entirely possible to be convicted of a crime you have not actually committed. It happens to people all the time. No need for you to comment on that point. I'm not referring to anything specifically, just stating a general fact. Either way, the odds are not 0% for anything at this point. Time will tell. We will see soon enough what the situation will be. Just stay positive. Give the pups plenty of love from me. And give Kissy plenty of pets and praise and treats for being such a good mama dog. Let me know which books you have just ordered so I know what to look out for. And if you like, I can give you some titles from my remaining wish list to place the highest priority on and choose from them for the future orders. Hugs and love to you both.
It is Lacey. I think Stella will be bred to Lucky, Diesel's sire. After finishing health testing and x-rays, she is 2 now. Wish you could get a dose of puppy breath. I will stay hopeful and positive. I hope there will be a time for a visit, even if on video. Hard to even think of leaving for 6 to 7 hours even without puppies. Such is life with the animals of any kind but cats. They are very well built to be self-sufficient for a long day. Stay strong.
Oh, I see. Well, keep your secrets then if you want to be mysterious, LOL. I look forward to the surprises and appreciate all that you do. Lacey, of course. I don't know why I had a sudden brain fart. It must have been because you had mentioned Kissy. It looks like it's about time for another haircut and beard trim for me. Past time, actually. My beard looks like one of those old Woolly Willy toys where you use the magnet pen to pull iron dust around and make hair and beard on the guy's face and put it all on his face. Well, the tablet system shuts off at 4:30 for shift change, so I will have to sign off for now, but I will try to get the tablet again soon. Much love and hugs to you both, and talk to you later. P.S. This Lisa Houston has just sent me another connection request. They must be really desperate for a pen pal. Talk about persistence. Anyway, ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta for now.
Hey, happy birthday. The tablet's gonna die soon, but I wanted to message you and send you my wishes.
Hey, sorry. I just picked up this message. I've been in meetings all afternoon. Thank you for the birthday wish. Hey, your mom and I were talking the other day about our growing up as teenagers with our prospective parents and how wacky it was for your mother growing up. My parents were divorced, so I didn't have the same issues. As you know, I played sports, kinda raised myself. I am curious, what were your impressions growing up as a teenager with us? We hear that some people feel we are the cause of your crimes. Crazy, huh? What's your take on that?
Hi, how are you doing? I hope you don't mind me writing to you. I'm sure you could do with a friend. Seen your picture online and you look like a very attractive man. I see you like gaming. Me too. I love Pokemon Go. What about GTA? I love that too. They'll mostly drive knocking cops down trying to get 5 stars than anything else, lol. Do you play that? I live in the UK. I was in Florida last year for the first time. I loved it. Would like to go again next year. Just need to start saving. It's so expensive to go from here. I will write more next time if you're interested in keeping in touch. Take care. Lisa. Kisses, kisses.
Hey, I just got the tablet. I hope you had a peaceful, enjoyable birthday. In answer to your question, well, it's an interesting question, and obviously a complex thing. Growing up with you both was a mixture of things. It wasn't always sunshine and rainbows, of course, but it wasn't always rain clouds either. There were plenty of good times and good things, or at least I have some good memories. But if you were asking for anything that was not a happy memory, I can give a general rundown of that. At least from my perspective, without getting too far into any great detail. My brother left pretty early for the reasons we already know, and I remember what life was like before he left in my early years. The times he would run away, etc., the fights between you and mom, too, the heavy-handed discipline from her, paired with the verbal and emotional aspects as well. While on the flip side, you seem to have a somewhat more cool and perhaps even detached demeanor. You've never seemed overly sentimental about anything. The general feeling of instability that was always present, the constant struggle, the constant moving around every couple of years, never really being able to put roots down anywhere, never having friends for very long, always having to start over somewhere new, just when I was feeling settled where we were. It always felt like I was just passing through wherever I was, and everyone else was just passing through my life. I never had a hometown. I don't have any best friend from childhood. I've never gone to any class reunions or had any reason to. I never knew anyone or stayed anywhere long enough to bother. There seems to have been a lot of turmoil and constant upheaval throughout my growing up, which is likely why I have been a loner for most of my life. I never had a chance to settle in and truly establish myself until we finally moved back here when I was 18. And I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to leave the West Coast at all. Perhaps that has contributed in some way to my being so dependent on you guys for so long, but I don't know. Maybe my mind just refused to commit to settling down in Florida, but I didn't have the means or skills to get out on my own. When I look back on my life, I do feel a great deal of disappointment and regret. I don't lay all of it on your feet, and I don't fully blame either of you either. Some of it was my own fault as well for not trying harder or ever committing to finding my path in life, not taking good advice, and not just striking out on my own come what may. I suppose I was afraid of being untethered and on my own and facing the possibility of failure. But that attitude really only guaranteed a more total and complete failure in the long run. I'm not sure what kind of effect all of these things have on a person growing up, but I imagine there is some kind of effect, whatever it may be. Either way, we all have made some mistakes on our own ends and our own ways, and of course, who knows what lasting effect was caused by being run over when I was little and suffered that brain trauma. Obviously, there were some behavioral issues that persisted long after that, and I'm sure that is another contributing factor to my development as well. I guess there isn't really any one thing to blame. We are all the sum of our experiences. There were many good memories too, and some very good times. It wasn't all rain clouds, as I said, and I always had a roof over my head and food on the table, clothes on my back, You always worked hard and tirelessly to provide for us, and you still do. I love you both very much and have always been strongly attached to my family. I am proud of you in a lot of ways, and you and Mom did the best you could the only way you knew how, just like everyone else in their own perspective situation. We're all just trying in our own ways to get through. Obviously, you and Mom had your own share of interesting childhood memories with your own respective parents, and those experiences had their own lasting effects on you both, whether you're aware of them or not. These things all have a trickle-down effect from generation to generation. And things like pain and trauma can also be passed down through the years, and your parents had their own fair share of pain and trauma too. That seems to be the way of life for many people. Some have it worse than others, but as to what effect any of this has in regards to my current situation, I can't really say. I don't know for certain, and I'm not a licensed psychologist, but there are plenty of research and literature on these subjects available to anyone with access to a search engine and the desire to learn more about it. I don't know if that is the answer you're looking for, and obviously this is all from my own perspective, point of view, which might be much different than yours or Mom's. As I said, I don't fully lay the blame on either of you because I made my own share of mistakes and had my own problems, which you both did your best to deal with. And I know I gave you both plenty of grief along the way, too, especially after my auto accident and the brain injury. Now I'd like to talk about more pleasant things, if that's okay. I'm already feeling pretty depressed without going over the details of my life. How are the puppies doing? And how are things going at work? Any news? Did you have a good birthday or eat anything special for it?
Hey, Steph. It's good to hear from you. I'm glad I can snag these messages in the middle of the afternoon. I'm sorry I didn't see your message until late yesterday. I didn't get home until 9 p.m., and I was in Orlando for a meeting. Mom has taken the bros for shots. The puppies are pretty vocal, either wanting more food or having an insatiable appetite, looking to snack on Mom or wanting attention. They're very loving and good cuddlers. Yesterday I met a 92-year-old man who was full of stories. One thing that stood out was that he'd been to Area 51, seen things not allowed to talk about. He told me anyway, which I cannot repeat. Flown with Chuck Yeager and was involved with the Cuban crisis. One comment in response about our numerous moves was due to the economic climate and business turmoil as you were growing up. You were too young to know what was happening. Many mergers and acquisitions during those times resulted in businesses consolidating to pay the debt used to make those acquisitions. When this happened, many jobs and positions were eliminated, all part of doing business. Most companies of those company and positions no longer exist today. And those remaining people I grew up working with, have all faded to wherever. There is no security whatsoever working in the corporate world. You are better off working for yourself. Today, it's worse. For those willing to work, which doesn't seem like a lot, working for a company today means you're really there at the whim of whoever is managing the business. There are no longer 30 or 40-year employees receiving gold watches. You're at your best, an independent contractor. Employers today churn and burn through employees. I'm sure you experienced some of the corporate world while at Disney. It's just business and everyone is expendable. Or collateral damage. Regardless, you do what you must to feed the family and survive.
That is very true of the corporate world. I largely blame the decline of our country to corporate entities. It's their attitudes, greed, and manipulation of the political world that have led to this sort of downslide. They have been doing it since the late 50s, and we're experiencing the end effects of it now, from bleeding the economy for all it's worth and not contributing back to age gaps and the prioritization of maximum profit over long-term stability or survival. They have bled the country, corrupted the political process, and created generations of wage slaves. It's appalling. Capitalism is a good thing, but everything needs to have some moderation. Too much of a good thing becomes a bad thing, as we now can see. Wages need to increase to meet the cost of living in a realistic way. Sorry if the CEO can't buy their third yacht and a lakeside summer home in Italy, but the reality is that many employees cannot afford to live on the wages they receive. Making profits as fast as possible while slashing costs, reducing product quality, and criminally underpaying employees is not a sustainable business model. That's where we are now. There needs to be some responsibility to your workers too, not just your investors and executives. A rising tide should raise all boats.
Not all corporations are like what you describe, but the ones that are, it's self-evident. On the brighter side, I like what I see happening in tech. It is quickly changing and it's fast-paced and becoming increasingly fast. Buckle up. I like the emerging technology and you know how much I love tech stuff. Anything to improve efficiency. How's the commissary fund?
I just made an order yesterday, lots of coffee and butterscotch, some saltines, a few bags of chips, some pickles, and a pack of mackerel for protein, along with some spicy peanuts. All in all, about $50 worth of supplies, I think. That should leave about 15-20-ish after tomorrow, but if you think I should reduce the order, I could try today. The tablet will die soon. I want to see what happens with tech and experience it too. But that is an uncertain prospect for me right now. I want to see how VR technologies improves in the coming decades. They are already pretty awesome.
No, leave the order as is. Just let me know when it gets too low and I will replenish. Yeah, me too, although I don't think I'm ready to be transported, not after seeing the movie The Fly. That didn't work out too well. Maybe we should work on battery life more. LOL, love ya. Thanks for the birthday wishes.
Just got the tablet. Yeah, I agree about battery life. Battery tech is due for some upgrades. Speaking of which, I turned down the brightness on the tablet in an effort to preserve more battery. I just saw the inmates got some special food deliveries today, things like calzones, buffalo wings, Philly's burgers, etc. I asked the officer what those were, and they said they were fresh favorites, which are special meals that your family can order you from the commissary website. I have no idea what is available or even how much they are, although I assume they are likely not cheap. But I thought it was an interesting anyway, and wanted to see if you could research that a bit and figure out the details and tell me what the deal is with that. Since I can't look at them from my end, I doubt they are really worth it, except maybe an occasional special treat, but the officer said they are way better than the usual fare you get here, which means they definitely wouldn't be cheap. But we can still look and find out either way. I'm hoping the books you guys ordered start coming through. It usually seems to take a day or two after delivery to get to me down here. So if any were delivered Tuesday, I would expect to start receiving them today or tomorrow. How's the weather been lately? It's always the same in here. Although I finally got to go outside for some rec time a couple days ago. They put me in the bullpen, which is a small fenced-in spot that is separate from the rest of the yard, so PC inmates can have rec while other pods are in the main yard. But it went about the way you would expect. The other inmates immediately crowded the fence near me and started asking me about my case, hurling insults and death threats, etc. I ended up going back inside before my allotted time was up.
Hey, glad to hear you got some outside time. Sorry the inmates weren't hospitable. I'll research the commissary website and get back to you. I'm not at home right now, it'll be later. I'm actually at the store picking up supplies for Mexican cornbread. The weather's been typical for this time of year, heavy thunderstorms late in the afternoons. I'll take that over hurricanes any day.
Ugh, just reading the words Mexican cornbread made my mouth water. I miss that. I won't ask for any of those special meals if they're too pricey. You guys already do so much by providing commissary and books. My biggest wish for my life has been to get to a point where I was no longer a burden on you both, that you could have the peace of mind of knowing you didn't have to worry about my future anymore. I hate that I'm still such a burden. It seems like every time I'm on the verge of getting my shit together, some damn thing always goes wrong. I can't figure it. And I'm sorry for it, truly. All the years and effort you put into me should have paid off by now, and it is one of my greatest shames to have failed you so many times. I don't know what to do at this point, or if I'll have a chance to get it right. I hope I will, but with my luck, who knows?
I'm sure you're right, it might be a little pricey, but we'll check it out. Things are improving. Your future has always been a greatest concern and frustration. So much potential, so much opportunity lost. As much as I tried, racking my brain, I just couldn't come up with the right motivation, incentive, or enough encouragement for you to see where everyone else saw in you. Regardless of the outcome, turn the negativeness something positive and make something happen. You're too intelligent not to. I think you can make an impact to others. We are at a loss in determining how you arrived at this point in your life. We're anxious to hear. I just left the doctor's office. They're taking me off one of my medications or reducing my insulin. I'm down nearly 70 pounds since late January. That obviously is making a significant impact on my health. I think I will be off an insulin in the very near future. Yay! And the cardiologist took me off one of my heart meds as well. That was an expensive drug I no longer have to contend with.
Wow, way to go. That's wonderful news for you, and I'm glad to hear that your health is improving. I'm hoping Mom will have similar news as well soon. How have you managed to lose all that weight? Diet changes? More exercise? What's the secret?
10,000 steps a day, 1,000 calories a day, net calories around 700 to 800, and medication. I'm down to 32 to 33 waist and medium to large shirt. The meds don't give you much of an appetite, and believe it or not, no sweet tooth. The same for your mom. I just got home, so I'm going to log Mom in to catch up with our email.
That's fantastic. Unfortunately, my step count has dropped significantly. However, my calorie count is quite low. The food sucks, and they don't give you enough of it to feel like you've even eaten enough. When you can eat everything on the tray, which is so rare. So not much calories going on a daily basis except when I can supplement it with commissary items. Even then, it's only a little here and there. I will let Mom get caught up and wait for your reply.
Mom's writing now. While she is, I'll research the commissary.
Hi, Stephan. I am now able to log in for messaging. The fresh meals sound like a step up. We are checking into it. The books should be trickling in, and I usually send 3 or 4. Hubs are ready for outside time, with the tunnel, splash pad, climbing platform, balance board, etc. Teeth are all in, so real food tomorrow and not mush. First bath and shave this week. You know I love that. Seeing what is actually under the fuzz, seeing the structure. I made the appointment for their first shots, microchips, and health certificates. That makes it so real that they will be leaving the end of August. Just when they get to be great fun, they are leaving. Chris is looking into the commissary to order special items right now. Strange how it doesn't show up in a search. I have come to the conclusion that people are vile voyeurs into their others' lives when they have no connection whatsoever. Lies, conjecture, and outright insinuations about everything. It can be laughable at times. Then I find it is just sad that people are so desperate for voice that they will inject themselves anywhere that pays them to talk, even if they know nothing. It's sad but true. The ticks of the world making a living from the public that is bored. YouTube is a joke. So are the people who make a living from it. Sad, pathetic, wannabe investigators with no lives of their own. Gotta go so they can write back. Hugs, yes. Mom. Hi, Stephan. Chris and I have been dieting since January. No exercise for me since the indoor pool vapor incident. That was a fun day in the ER. So, Chris is smaller than when we were in high school. I'm down 57 pounds too. Gets easier, although we did a fish sandwich and fries splurge last night. It hit the spot. You are in my prayers daily. Stay fit mentally and physically. It helps with the stress. I wish we could do more for you here, but there isn't a lot available, unfortunately. Again, getting off here. I am reading past posts from you just for today. Hugs.
Hey, hard to believe I'm missing an entire litter of puppies. I wish I could see them. The meals are called Fresh Favorites, and they are special meals that are delivered at certain times, I guess. I saw the other pods receiving them today, and there were things like burgers, Phillies, calzones, wings, etc. Some people were getting 2 or 3 things. It was interesting. I'm not sure how it works, only that your family can order it from the commissary site. And I doubt it's cheap. Have you gotten any delivery confirmations for any of the books you sent yet? Depending on when they arrive, it could take a couple days to finally get into my hands here. I went through the Howling trilogy and surprisingly no nightmares. I guess reality is worse for me at this point. Although yesterday I did have a bad nightmare and woke up lashing out at an imaginary enemy. It's been a long time since I had a dream like that, and it was unpleasant. Gotta give the tablet back. Talk to you later.
Stephan, it's a shame that the other inmates are so hateful. But they are all there too. So no choir boys there. They get to feel like they aren't as bad as you are, apparently. At least you got fresh air and sunshine. I hope you get to do that more often. Sometimes you just need that little bit of change. Mom. I'll check on delivery dates. Hope to hear from you again soon. Love you, Mom.
Be on the lookout for double cheeseburger, soda pop, tater tots, and cookies. I believe Thursday. Stuff to order are cheeseburgers, double and triple boneless wings, cheesesteak with boneless wings, triple bacon cheeseburger, buffalo chicken sandwich, pizza or comp with pizza and calzone. Mix up on the order of books. The reordering and sending will let you know when they're due to arrive.
Hey, I got the tablet. Okay, we'll keep an eye out for the book soon, hopefully. Wow, okay, the food sounds good, and I will look forward to it. The cheesesteak and the wings sound interesting, so does the pizza calzone combo. I will look forward to the double cheeseburger and tots. Now Thursday can't get here fast enough. That's going to keep me in anticipation all week. Yes, it was nice to feel the wind on my face and the sun on my skin after nearly 5 months without it. But the novelty wore off when I became the object of everyone's interest. So unless they can let me out with the others are not out there, I'm not sure I think it's worth it. Still trying to stay active in my cell, push-ups, squats. I'm even using some stacks of legal documents to do some arm curls, bundling them up in my towel and lifting them together. With over 2,000 pages, and it's a good weight for the purpose. I'm going in cycles of hopelessness and depression. I just want to come home, and I want to crawl into a hole and disappear from the world, and never come back out again at this point. I'm trying to keep my mind occupied, but it is difficult sometimes, and my mind gets to racing. How are you both? How are the pups? Have they started their new food yet?
Hey, Steph. Books ordered and should arrive intermittently. The pups are now velociraptors, bull males full of needle-sharp teeth. These teeth are being put to use eating solid food, and they love it. Graduated from the small flying saucer dish to the big one. This weekend, first baths and shaves. Yesterday was a great day. For some reason, I woke up full of energy and went for about 6 hours straight getting the pen cleaned. Pads washed and put the potty box in there, breaking out the tunnel, wobble board, climbing platform, splash pad, and baby slide to get the outside playpen set up. Can't wait to see them playing. Lots of thunderstorms here lately. I don't know if they are having them there. One of the books I ordered for you looks so good. I got a copy for myself too. The prices of these special meals is really high. They should be Wagyu beef burgers for that price. Are they monitoring your blood pressure or just giving you pills without knowing how it worked for you? Were you able to order any of the sour Jolly Rancher candies? Lynn, John, and Cassie are coming for a visit next week. They should be a lot of fun. You know how Cassie likes to play, wondering if Olive will recognize him as a sibling. I don't think Stella was born the last time they were here, and Lacey was just a pup and playing with Quinn, her litter mate. Having pups of her own here, we thought it would be better to just have the one outside dog here. With Lynn's celiac disease, she absolutely must travel with at least Kazi. He checked everything she eats, even doorknobs for any hint of gluten. I'm so glad I was able to work with them and with their trainer, learning to identify a pup with the ability to seek gluten for their service dog. Now have 2 gluten detection pups out here working. 2 for PTSD victims, 1 with monitored heart rhythm, 1 of Diesel's puppies, and 1 ESA. I should get off here and hope to get to read this. Love you always. Mom.
Hey, which book did you order a copy of for yourself? If you don't mind giving away the surprise on that one. Yes, I imagine these meals would not be cheap. Jail and prison is apparently a big business, and the laws getting passed all the time keep businesses booming. I've heard that there's quite a few lawmakers and politicians who even have investments in a commissary company. They don't monitor my blood pressure as much anymore. It seems to have gotten under control and was steadily good. So now I just get the meds and the usual 10 milligrams a day, 2 5-milligram pills. I'm sure we get storms here, but can't always tell it's raining unless the thunder's loud enough. Glad you seem to have more energy. Sounds like you got a lot done. I wish I could see the pups playing. I will wait for you to write back. Love you.
Breakthrough. I think it's a book a lot like the movie, Day of the Dolphin. That's all I'll say. I hope we both like it. I'm sure there's a lot of people involved in keeping the prison system under their control and in their pockets. Sad. Even in such a place, there is horrible corruption. Look what they did with our text messages, turn them over to the public. People are just so bored that they have nothing better to do than scan daily for any new updates. We refuse to talk to them, so they make stuff up. Some is comical, some, you wonder where their minds are, certainly not in a place of light. They are in dark shadows in their minds or even think such things. I feel sorry for them and pray for them to find peace in their own lives and stay out of ours. Yellowstone comes back on TV on November 10th. Looking forward to that. If I'd kept the black puppy boy, we'd be named R.I.P. LOL. Ha ha ha. I bet there's a lot of Rips and Caseys out there already. Wish I knew where Sailor is and if he's okay. If Maddie has him, I hope he is helping her cope. I'm being called for dinner. So I'll sign off. Love you, Mom.
To answer your question about the sour fruit candy, have not been able to get that yet. I always try to add a bag to my order just in case it comes through, but no luck so far. The book sounds interesting. I suppose we will see and maybe share some notes about it. I wonder about Sailor too. I really hope he's okay. I miss him, and I hope he's still with Maddie. I know he's good at sensing when she needs love, and lavishes her with cuddles and kisses all over her face. I know he misses her other humans, but if he has her and she has him, I know that he is at least in a good place, where he is loved and needed. So I hope he is with her. Yes, some people can't resist sticking their noses into affairs that have nothing to do with them. There are people in this world that just love minding everyone else's business and makes themselves feel bigger and more important by doing so. It's sad. Not much to do but shake your head and pity them. What's for dinner tonight?
Hey, Steph, it's Dad. I was busy cooking dinner earlier. Dinner was hamburgers and Mexican cornbread postponed from the other night. It's gone to the point where we can't each eat a burger, so we split one and saved the other for later. For dessert, I made banana pudding. Your mother has been on a banana pudding kick lately. Just sampling the leftover pudding, I can tell I was not going to be able to eat much. It's too sweet. But we'll see. Neither one of us has much of an appetite these days. Portions are smaller, so is the food bill. I have to scale back the meat purchases. Publix is good with splitting packages. Mom says 5 books should be arriving Monday. Let us know if and when they arrive.
Hey, banana pudding sounds divine to me. I will keep an eye out for the books. They may not get into my hands for a day or two after delivery, but I will do my best to let you know when they arrive. Well, I suppose that's a good thing about decreasing appetites, the decreased food bill. Myself, I'm not sure if decreased appetite would be an issue for me. I feel like I could demolish an entire large pizza to myself and potentially eat the cardboard box now. I have been craving pizza for quite a while and have often thought about melty, cheesy slices of pepperoni pizza, breadsticks, and marinara sauce. It's torture to think about it, but I can't help it. Thinking of all the food I miss. Steak, chicken, cheesesteaks, pizza, crab leg, lobster bills, a vat full of White Castles. Mom's washing onions, steamed veggies with lemon juice and butter, sauteed chicken with cayenne pepper. My mouth waters to think of it all. I wish I could cook my favorites as well, and I wish I could experiment with new recipes too and test them out on you both.
I didn't reply to the other about the books. We'll see. 2 of the ones coming are not from an author you know. I hope I didn't screw up and get these 2 out of sequence, but I think you will enjoy them. I don't think I ever saw a paperback that was $18. I hope they are good. There are 2 or 3 more in the series, but just let me know if you like these first. What do you do for hygiene items? Shampoo, soap, toothpaste? How you shave? I'm pretty sure you can't have razors, or can you have an electric razor? Or just going to grow the beard until you look like a member of ZZ Top? Hoping we find out more that we don't know about the jail prison system. Seems like they should put out an information book for families. Love ya. Big hugs.
Okay. We'll see if the books are good and let you know. I don't know what series you're referring to, so don't know yet if they are out of sequence or not, but I will certainly let you know. Hygiene items are a mixed thing. I can get soap and toothpaste from the guards, but the toothpaste is not very good. Better to buy that from commissary. I still have my toothbrush that I had ordered. I can get deodorant from the guards and shampoo is available sometimes, but not always it seems. So it's safer to buy that from commissary too, which I did. I ordered dandruff shampoo. As far as razors go, you can use them under supervision, I believe, but I haven't been shaving. I got my beard trimmed with clippers when I got a haircut, but am long overdue for another. I'm going to ask this weekend and hope the barber can come down to see me. My beard is getting out of control at this point, and I'd rather not be chewing on my mustache when that burger arrives, you know? Nail clippers are available to use upon request and returned when you're done. So I try to keep my nails trimmed as far down as possible. I'm still working on getting a pillow. 5 months of using my shoes for a pillow has been hard on my neck and back. And these bed mats are rough on the knees and hips. You can't lay on one side for too long and have to roll over often or your hip starts to hurt really bad because they sink right through and rest on your hard surface underneath.
What kind of lunacy is that? Not even a freaking pillow. It is jail, not Helga's house of pain. Then again, it's not supposed to be a place most people would want to visit for any length of time. The 2 books out of 4 are by Michael Grumley. Leap and Catalyst Breakthrough are on their way. Okay, Breakthrough is number 1, Leap is number 2, Catalyst number 3. I will order that right now so you can get it right. Ripple is number 4, Mosaic is 5, Echo is number 6. That is the series. Lacey is yodeling to go outside. They all ate. Puppies ate earlier. I can't even imagine the boredom you are living 24/7. I never would have imagined this scenario with you. It is just heartbreaking for us that you'd put yourself in this situation. I won't chastise you. You are doing that enough yourself. Stay in prayer, read your Bible, and understand that no matter the crime, you can and will be forgiven by God if, and only if, you ask for forgiveness and repent. I know you are sorry. We are all sorry and appalled that this happened. I know it causes you so much anguish too. Just know we are here for you. No matter what, you are still our child, and I don't care what other people think at this point. They don't really know anything about you, except what the liars and the blowhards put out in the media and social networks. It is sad and sickening the things they find to be interesting. Gotta go, let them out. Love you always. Mom.
Inmates do get pillows, but since I started out on suicide watch and spent months on self-harm observation, there were many things that I didn't get that normal inmates do. So I've been working on getting all of those things. You have to remember, I started here with nothing. No blankets or clothes, only a Velcro smock that did not give you warmth, and a cell with a glass front like a fish tank. And I had to slowly earn everything bit by bit. Clothes, blankets, shoes, wiring, writing materials, books, phone calls, commissary, even soap to keep in my cell so I can wash my hands after using the restroom or before meals, cups and spoons. All of it had to be gained bit by bit over a period of weeks and months. And now that I am off of self-harm, I am just trying to catch up on the rest of the things I should have. But that is a slow process. You can't nag the guards too much, so I pick and choose what I ask for and when so that I don't hassle them too much. They honestly take a lot of crap from inmates all day, and I don't like to pile on if I can help it. There are some good employees here, despite the issues I've had with some. Many of them are quite professional, and so I try to avoid giving them a hard time. Anyway, right back soon. I will log off for the night, I think. The tablet's getting low, and the system will shut down at 10 p.m. as well. I love you both, and I will try to get the tablet again this weekend if I can. Hugs and kisses. Give the pup some pets some love. For me too. Hugs and kisses.
Sleep well if you can. I'm sure you are right, and there are some caring people in there, decent and good. I'm glad you're getting things back. Every step forward is a good step. I know the time is up for tonight. This weekend is bath and shave for the pups. Fun. LOL. Hugs. Mom.
I'll try to sleep as well as I can, but it's rarely a good night's sleep. Anyway, I'm off. I will look forward to the books when they arrive. Don't forget to try to stick to my wish list as well. There are a lot of great books on that list that I still want to. Enjoy the big reveal with the pups. I know how exciting that is for you, and I wish I could be there to share with that moment. I will just live vicariously through your description. Good night, and I love you both. Hey, I have the tablet for now. How is your afternoon going? I'm finding the monotony of the day-to-day here, rereading through Congo, almost finished, trying to decide what to reread next. Is today the day that the puppies get their wash and clip? I wonder if there is a way to send me a picture of it on here. Is work going well? You said things are improving, so I assume things are going well there. I slept through most of the morning, turned down breakfast just so I could sleep and not have to get up to deal with the tray.
Hey, I just saw this. Sorry about that. I could have responded sooner. I thought I had an alert set up. I just upgraded to a new iOS beta. I may need to tweak it. Every day is improving, but a long way off from where it needs to be. But I'm optimistic it will be back to normal by the end of August. It's been a rough 10 months. Do you have access to pen, pencil, and paper? Are you allowed notebooks for writing? Books to teach you something? It could be anything. Today was a day from grooming the puppies, but Lynn and John are coming for a visit, and Lynn wants to watch Mom groom them. I don't think you can to photos for obvious reasons. I am starting a new project that involves other people in their help. We had a strategy meeting last week, and I've been assigned with writing a white paper. Makes sense since I'm the one who suggested the idea. I'm working on that now. Besides that, I'm viewing several business YouTube videos and videos about the new OS updates to the various Apple devices. I upgraded to the beta for all of the devices, so I'm catching up on the new and improved stuff. You can now mirror your iPhone to the desktop, for example. And like everyone else, Apple is deploying AI cleverly called Apple Intelligence, LOL. Apple will slowly release or expand AI, but I don't expect anything major until next year's OS update. One of the most useful updates is math tools. Apple finally created a calculator for the iPad. One button allows you to open a math note screen. You can handwrite out the math problem with the Apple Pencil. Hit the equal key, and it writes out the answer. It then saves as a note in the Notes app you can review later. The bros are going in for grooming next week. They're way past due. Abby looks like a small bear. I think Mom is attacking her tomorrow. They should yield a first grader when all that hair comes off. Catch up to you soon. Love, Dad.
Just got the tablet back finally. Got my special meal today. Double Angus burger with tater tots, Sprite, and cookies. It was very good. Thank you for that. Best meal I've had since I came here, that's for sure. It even came with ketchup packets. I haven't seen ketchup in over 5 months. Had a checkup with the doctor again today. Confirmed I'm still losing weight, down to 169 pounds. So taking me off the cardiac diet slowed the weight loss, but hasn't stopped it. They are going to supplement my food intake for the next 7 days and check up on me again. I guess that means they are going to include an additional snack bag with my meals that usually consists of some type of sandwich and some cookie, I think. They are also going to give me some type of carnation shake as well. So I guess we'll see how that goes. I received a bunch of books. The Andromeda Strain, Rising Sun, Micro, Ready Player 2, Breakthrough, Leap, Catalyst, and Ripple all arrived. I have already finished reading through Ready Player 2 since it arrived on Tuesday, and I wanted to jump straight into it. I also got a notification that some type of hardcover book also came and was returned to the sender. The handwriting was terrible, so I couldn't make out the title that they listed for it, and I don't know what it was. Maybe you can find out. Gotta be careful about that. How are things on your end? Anything new? Right back, and I'll be checking the tablet while I have it.
Hey, good to hear from you. You've been absent a while. Seems as though there is no consistency to the availability of the tablet. Glad you enjoyed the meal. What would you like next week? There's only one delivery a week. Pizza and burger or what? Everything is the same. Work, puppies, living life. Curious, has that woman stopped trying to connect with you? She seemed persistent. Here's Mom.
Hi there. Glad to hear from you, and happy to hear that the meal was good. For the price, I was expecting Wagyu beef. I guess Angus is better than grade. Josh said your Facebook page is still up and running. Give one of your attorneys the sign and password so we can take it down. Can't tell us on the phone or here on the pad. Everyone and their uncle apparently is just dying to devour every morsel of malicious lies that are being floated by the YouTube trolls looking for clickbait and monetary reward. Sad people with no job sitting in front of their computer playing at being cops. Disgusting. It is hard to reply to them, but that would just let them gloat. They are just ticks on society. Enough of that. The hardback book must have been an Amazon mistake. I checked the orders and all were indicated as paperback. I'm reading Beneath now and enjoying it. I think you will too. Reality and sci-fi in one book. We still pray for you, we love you, and support you regardless. We are not naive though, and you've done some horrible things, Stephan. Things I never in a million years would think my child would be capable of, and that is a hard pill to swallow. I want to look in your eyes and ask you why, and actually get the truth. I'm sure that won't happen. Again, no shielding others. Take care of yourself first and foremost. I will say, it is pretty disgusting that all of this stuff is being dumped out to the YouTube wannabes. How can they get a decent jury pool for your trial? They have got this thing viral all over the country and in the UK. Maybe more. Why? It escapes me why people who have no skin in the game feel the need to make themselves a part of it. They have to be some kind of sick, twisted people with no other joy in their lives. It is sad, really, but also aggravating because the truth is, nowhere in any of those posts they can say anything and think that they are shielding because they give a disclaimer at the beginning that these are their thoughts and feelings about things, along with their psycho-devoted followers of the truth. What a joke. Well, enough again. More time goes by, the pups are at the fun stage, people are already coming to meet their babies before pickup. It is great meeting people you've been talking to for, in some instances, several years without meeting face to face. They really are exceptional and adorable. Not a beta in the bunch, all alpha but brave, friendly, engaging, smart, just everything you pray they will be. Especially when placing service dog prospects, as you know. Although, I know they aggravated you when they were sounding off with the rabbits in front of someone at the door, but under it all, I know you love them all. I know you really love playing with the pups. I do wish you were here for this. Their playpen is set up on the lanai and goes almost end to end. There are fan above, level ground, and safety from the aerial predators. I'm putting in the equipment tomorrow. A tunnel, a splash pad, climbing platform, wobble board, the plastic, ball pit, balls, all the fun stuff. I guess I can print pictures and send them via mail. But check that, please.
Hey, good to hear from you both, too. I have been asking for the tablet for 5 days, but only finally got it today. Yes, no consistency, but it is what it is. If you want to get me another meal, the pizza calzone combo sounds good, or the cheesesteak wings combo sounds good, or the buffalo chicken sandwich. Honestly, it all sounds pretty good, but those three are at the top of the list for me. The commissary account could use some topping off, too, if possible. I finally got a bag of sour fruit balls candy, and it's not as good as I'd hoped. The root beer and butterscotch candies are better in my opinion, but I'm wondering if other out-of-stock items might finally be available too. I guess I'll find out soon. But I want to get some more mackerel and hot peanuts and of course coffee. I always order more than I can to make sure I don't run out anytime soon. But I will see if the sardines and hot tomato sauce will arrive as well, since I've been curious to try them. And maybe get some Hawaiian punch drink mix while I'm at it too. So I'll try to use the commissary kiosk this weekend if you toss some funds in there for me. I wish I was there for the pups as well. Yes, they are extravagating for a long time with the barking, but honestly, something finally clicked back in 2022 for me, and I stopped being so easily aggravated and suddenly gained an immense reservoir of patience. Traffic started bothering me, everything just stopped bothering me finally, and conversely, Maddie became the angry and irritable one. And conversely, Jen became the angry and irritable one who raged at traffic and snapped at everyone all the time. So when I moved back in with you most recently, none stuff seemed to really bother me anymore like it used to. This change seemed to coincide with the start of my new job back then. I don't know, a switch got flipped, and I was happier again. I am reading through the Andromeda strain now, but when I finish that, I will jump into Breakthrough and catch up with Mom. Yes, that woman stopped trying to connect. I accepted after like the fifth attempt she made just to see if she would message me with whatever her purpose was. But she sent a message COD, which meant I would have to pay to end on my end to see it. So I said screw that and declined to pay for it, deleted it, and then disconnected from her. If she wasn't willing to even pay for her own message, I wasn't going to be willing to read it. There was no way I was going to use credits my family paid for to let some stranger message me for some unknown purpose. She hasn't tried to reconnect again. Some other people have tried to connect, though. But I've far declined them since I assume it will be more of the same. Pretty much all female names that are trying to connect strangely, I can't imagine what these people could want to say to me that I could care to read anyway. So whatever. I have felt like I'm spiraling a bit this week. I can't begin to describe how badly I want to leave this place. I'm sick of it. I'm missing so much of the world right now and what's going on out there. I miss my family. I miss my freedom. I miss everything. I'm getting quite anxious, and the negative energy in this place is starting to affect me. I hope to hear back from you soon. I love you both very much. I will try to get the tablet back when I can. Right back ASAP.
There was a soft drink shown with a meal as part of it. Did you get it? Dad will transfer some funds to your commissary soon. I hate that your life has turned out this way. Remember that old saying, a single event on a single day of a single week will affect you the rest of your life. That is what this is. That first bad decision leading to that first event doesn't wipe out the good you've done for people. It doesn't change the person you're capable of being, but honestly, this is a long, rough road you're traveling on. We will be here to support you in any way we can, but you still have to walk the road, and I hope God is walking next to you. Don't blow smoke and tell me you are praying, or that you ask for forgiveness if you haven't. It is between you and God, and I truly want Him in your corner. Placing the calzone meal order to next Thursday. I hope it is as good as you expect, and I am really sorry the sour candies didn't reach expectations. Do they have Starlight Mints or cinnamon candies? You and your sweet tooth. Brushing those pearly whites, I hope. Not a great dental plan where you are. I'm glad they're going to supplement your nutrition. You are dangerously thin for your height and build. Keep working on your physical and mental health. Enjoy the books. A new Creighton book will roll out in November. I've pre-ordered it for you. About Egypt and the tombs. Sounds good. Dad just transferred some money into your commissary account. More to come later in the week. Again, much love, hugs from afar. And know we are still your family. Mom.